Welcome back to the Letters. I'm your host, Jeff Grosso, and this is 5 Great DIY Parks. That's the episode for your viewing pleasure. We're going to talk about Washington Street and Portland, Oregon, Burnside, and San Pedro, and Lower Bob's, and FDR. So, watch. Check it out.
Now that we're old and ugly, we're middle-aged and hurting. Love Letters with Jeff Grosso will remind you of the salad days, the best of days.
The neat, magical thing in skateboarding right now is these DIY parks and the community that is sprouting up behind each and every one of them, no matter where they are in the world. There's very special things about each spot that we've picked, you know, whether it be the fact that they're trying to get San Pedro reopened because they got shut down, or the skaters that came out of Washington Street, or the extreme weather and just gnarlitude of pouring concrete in Philadelphia year-round, and all the trials and tribulations of what Burnside has gone through to still be there today. The rebuild on Lower Bob's, you know, they finished it. It wasn't good enough. They're going to tear it down and rebuild it because they can. You know, it's just amazing what, with a little ingenuity and a lot of heart and soul, what a skateboarder can accomplish, you know, with his friends and his family.
Well, it's not necessarily that you need like the city to be on board or like anything like official. It's like a DIY could be anything from a slappy curb with some mud slapped up to it to a fucking full-blown skate park under a bridge like Burnside turned into.
I think it all started with Burnside, and you know that created the drive. It created like a centralized area where everybody could kind of eat and fucking, you know, brainstorming when people, you know, were getting together and realizing that, hey, wait a second, there's a fucking shitload of us. You know, they were going, well, you know, if there's so many of us, then why can't we go and get our own stuff built?
Skateboarding at like a DIY level and like a concrete skate park level is ground zero is Burnside. It's like that's where it all began, and now from my hometown to every other small town, not just in the United States but the entire world, there's something that probably Mark Scott or Mark Hubbard have touched that is gonna go down in history as like the Great Pyramid. It's like they're leaving the coolest shit behind and they're spackled everywhere across the map. It's the most epic thing there is.
Not anything really to skate in the winter, especially when it's all wet, 'cause it rains so much. That really motivated us right there. You can't always wait around for shit to happen. You just gotta do it. Nobody else is gonna do it for you. Once we broke ground for that spider bolt and the cops didn't do anything, and at the same time I'd start doing a little PR work, you know, I'd start going up to the cops, you know, as long as everything was kosher, and we'd go up to them and be like, look, you know, we're skating, having a good time, and we're cleaning up the place, because it was a shithole to begin with. There was garbage everywhere.
To have your ideas in like concrete and to like have the help of your friends to fucking help you make that happen, it's like, that's definitely like the dream, you know? And now it's there for everybody to enjoy. It's like they get to interpret it in their own way with like, okay, you're gonna go, what are you gonna do? You could drop in, somebody else is gonna grind it, somebody else is gonna air it. It's like, man, it's there for everybody now. it doesn't matter where it is. That's what all of those parks have in common, is that it just took a group of dedicated people that came together to make it happen for everyone, you know, unselfishly. And that's all due to what they did under the Burnside Bridge. Now everybody gets to enjoy it.
You got a lot on your plate. What's a United States Senator doing in the middle of a skateboard park under a freeway?
You know, the future of our country are young people. That's it. And if our young people don't have healthy things to do, wholesome things to do after school, they get in trouble. And this, just looking around to see what these young people did here in the dead of night, most likely, to help them have a recreation activity that they enjoy, it's remarkable.
Welcome back to Letters. I'm your host, Jeff Grosso. We're here with Sam Hitz and Peter Hewitt, and we're going to talk about Washington Street and the DIY ethos. Ethos. Something like that. Hi, guys.
Hi. Yeah, they all lived down there. They had a shed with a band room in it, and they were just working every day.
Like, who started it?
I can't believe that it was like 1 year and that whole thing was boxed in. Somebody poured concrete up onto the pillar and built a hip, right? I believe that was before the fun box. Was the fun box first?
That's the mainstream story, Pete. I thought you knew.
I don't know.
The other story.
I remember skating down there, that hip thing with Dirty Ozzy and fucking Donnie.
Pete, you should know this. The park was built by aliens.
Oh.
Did you watch History Channel? I know you're talking about.
Ancient aliens. I get it. Yeah.
It was unearthed. It wasn't built. It was found. Those guys that you think built it were just archaeologists digging.
It was just
stumbled
it was
upon
just
a
a little
find
bit under the dirt.
That little pyramid thing with the bar on it and the shit up to the fucking pillar. It's still there today.
I guess it would be important to get the main, the main players that kind of spearheaded the whole thing.
You know, the Museum of Skateboarding of Lakeside got into it, and we're like sent some scholars down and confirmed, like, yeah, this shit's old.
Yeah, and it's real.
Talk to Red, he knows. You know, then outside guys came in wanting to dig, get Bullyard down there. Started digging around. Next thing you know, Middle Earth was fucking stumbled upon. G-Man was there, called in. Q-Man got called in for a dig. Yeah. An inspection. You had to validate some artifacts.
Yeah.
It just sits on its own now. Nobody's really in charge of it. Like, is there a committee that?
It's usually open. People know to open it in the morning. Whoever's got the combination and whoever's there is last, just lock it up. On the way out, snap the lock. It's been working out. There's always like a new circle of kids coming in, skating it. They got their regulars. It's skated every day, rain or shine.
It turned into a new form of skate park too, that now they do the whole contest series on these, based on these parks that Hubbard and Red built under bridges.
It's a miracle that that place is there.
It seems
an absolute miracle.
Yeah, it should not be there.
This is from the National Skate Museum of San Diego up in Lakeside. It proves that Washington Street was built by aliens. And it's signed by Rob Weedman, Joe PINO, and Glenn Wagner. So there's your story.
and Hits brings the documents.
So we started this probably somewhere in the fall of 2002. It didn't start as much, kind of like a lot of these things start out. They start out as, oh, we need someplace to skate, let's build a little bump and a quarter pipe. And that's what we did, thinking, you know, maybe it'll stick around for 6 months or something. And then it stuck around longer. So we built something else. And then we built something else. And pretty soon it started blossoming into, I guess, what you would call a skate park. It's closed. Why? Because of they were doing overhead construction. So said, okay, you know what? Give it a year. We'll get this construction done. We'll get you back in, and we'll get you fully permitted. You can get back in here legally, so to speak.
And so here we are today, picking up the pieces, literally and figuratively. And now, where you used to skate, obviously you can't now, and we got to repair it. Then we'll be back in action.
Tripped us out when we first started building this place, because it was a wreck like it is now down here, and moms are just pulling in with like minivans and just dropping kids off under the freeway. Like, really?
It was amazing. 1 minute they're learning, next minute I'm learning from them. It's really weird.
Yeah, it kind of pissed me off.
I learned how to skate here, I learned how to drop in here, I learned everything here. Because of this place, I've gotten to see more places than like I ever thought I would. When I was younger and skating this place, I never thought I'd be like this, traveling in the world, but that's just like it's people just pushing you and just telling you just don't stop skating.
What else besides skateboarding have you learned?
Respect, how to treat this place like it's your home, treat your elders with respect, and just give a helping hand. Like, don't be a jackass. Coming around, especially during building time, was very intimidating because we just come down here and just try to just skate with all of our friends without having to deal with adults telling us what to do. Well, except for these guys. But sometimes the park would be a little bit dirty, so they'd throw a broom in here and tell us to clean it up, and if we did it, then we couldn't skate, or to get shift for it.
I learned a lot down here. I mean, it's about, I learned, you know, doing this thing, I didn't expect that we'd ever get this far with it. And I didn't know a lot of construction. You know, I built a few ramps, but getting this group, it just, that's such a, what a cool thing it was. Like, you brought this group of people in, and all of a sudden it's like, wow, this is totally possible. Like, I could have never done this on my own, no fucking way. But because I have a certain skill, this guy's got a certain skill, this guy's got a certain skill, that's the beauty of it. That's something I learned, like, wow, you can really like construct a fucking team with just by having a common goal.
You saw the need for a useful place to skate, not a place you're told to skate, but a place everyone's life got better with it. There might be a few that are like, ah, oh, god damn, I wish that thing was gone. But I think by and large, everyone I think it helped the area.
Absolutely.
Had they have not dug a hole or poured some cement up against a pillar at Burnside, then that entire skate park building revolution probably would have looked a lot different or not gone on at all. There's municipal skate parks in almost every city you go to, and if there's not a municipal skate park, there is a DIY park. And it's usually the DIY parks that are much more loved, you know, and cherished, because it's blood, sweat, and tears from the local skaters that build it. It's theirs exclusively. That helped cement and literally bring that style of skateboarding back to life.
You will. You'll be looking kind of.
It's you?
Yeah.
All right, what's your
We're
name?
at the camera.
My name is Carlos BAIZA.
And what do you do?
Who
are you?
I'm a skateboarder that just builds shit and skates. FDR Skate Park is in South Philly, across from the big stadiums.
It's under the football stadium. If you don't miss that on I-95, then you belong on the short bus.
That's right. It was a total wasteland. There was nothing there. Yeah, and these Johns that were getting their dick sucked, most of these fuckers were like scrappers and dumpers, and all they did was dump trash. So we had all this shit down there to fucking build with when we started out. But then they put in the blacktop and the two pyramids. And then I met Jimmy Young and his crew that were living on South Street, and those dudes were like, yeah, we want to build a fucking quarter pipe up this fucking pillar here. We want to fix the gaps, the cracks. And I was like, dude, I'm in. I'm with you guys. And it started with those guys and their change bucket and their idea of making what's now the Indian Wall. It all started with them.
Once we knew that somebody put something there, then Carlos stepped in and said, let's make this thing better. Teamwork makes the dream work. If everybody chips in something, then we could pour something.
Yeah, that's the thing. FDR just didn't start with a couple dudes. It was like 3 crews of dudes came together. They just, like everybody else, they just heard that action's going down, shit's happening, this is where the session's going down, dudes are building shit, and boom, there they were, ready to skate, ready to build, ready to partake in it all. We didn't want to go dig a fucking hole there because, you know, we didn't have permission. So we wanted to fucking just quick throw something up and see how long it lasted. And we didn't want it to be out of wood because we know it could get burnt. It was all about beating the elements of Philadelphia where anything could happen to it. started experimenting with the CIA pocket, the fucking Indian wall, and the titties, and no public official showed up. Nobody showed up. We were like, oh my God, because we were building at night and skate during the day. We didn't let them see any construction. But here all along, one of the cops, it was his beat to patrol the park, and he fucking watched us do all this from afar and didn't give a shit, was kind of stoked on it. So thanks to that cop, nobody ever came and gave us shit. So we just kept building and building and building. My favorite thing about the park is the fact that it's just all skaters, and it's what skaters want to build to ride, and we have no limits on what we can build, so we always build this crazy shit. And
the PBR tall boy oververt, dude, I used to grind that oververt like with my eyes closed. Now I'm like, I can't get up there. Fuck.
you know, the guys that build this place have massive respect for the spot because they put in their fucking blood, sweat, and tears. And, you know, if any bullshit is going down and these guys are there, they regulate it. FDR is the only park you can show up at, throw bottles at bikers, and the cops show up and kick out the bikers. Need to go for it. You just need to just build with anything you can find and just start mixing up the mud and pour it.
Find a bridge in the shady part of town, and then when they say anything, say, we're making the bridge more solid and we're getting the crackheads out. Shut the fuck up.
That's it. That's how easy it is.
Fourth of July at FDR is like the definition of anarchy, because those fireworks that you see in the sky that go poof, and then they go all huge, well, they go off at FDR 5 feet from you, and you get hit by it. It could be, if a grandma wants to see her son skate there, she's getting hit. If a little kid's there like Phoenix Wolf, he's getting the fuck hit. Like, watch your ass, pussy, because you might go down. You might be deaf. You might be very injured. It's dangerous.
You don't know what it's like, I'm nervous for the town. You don't know the process. I'm poor, I'm still, I totally combine. What I want, what I need, I can't combine. Do you think I'm crazy? No. Do you know how it is? Yeah. What the fuck can you tell me? Absolutely nothing. I'm bounce, I'm not to live. Why can't you see hate? What?
FDR is freedom at its finest. You can get away with whatever you want. All you need to know about FDR is show up, skate. If you want to fucking help out, help out. If not, just shred the gnar.
For me, I got like inspiration from earlier builds up northwest, like Seattle and Portland, like Burnside. But like this one, it's just like we were just on to the next. Our last one was Bordertown, and that got torn out, and we've just been looking for something for like a year. And we just just keep going, just keep building shit. Just a place to kick it and do our thing, skate, stay away from people. But it's funny because it just brings people here when you build stuff like this.
People all over the world doing this shit. We just do it here. Hide under the bridges on the outskirts of town, where no one can find you, and you can, you know, manifest your own little destiny and your own little place to live, skate, and build, and create, and express yourself, I guess.
I think everybody who builds one of these things like wants their own little Burnside. You can go there anytime you want. You can come here anytime you want. There's probably gonna be some of your friends here. You know, we got a fire pit here. It's pretty sick. We got a barbecue pit for Preston right here.
We're all the same in a sense. We're no different than anybody else. We're all just soldiers on the front lines of skateboarding, just building for skateboarding solely. And there's people all over the world that do the same. We're just all one and the same, you know.
So we're tearing out a bunch of shit over, like in the middle of the park. We had a separate bowl we built, and it's real crammed up, and it kind of sucks. And we've done this before. Like we've built shit and not liked it, and redid it, like heavy remodel. Just changing it up. We kick it here so much that you just get sick of shit that sucks, or you just look at it every day. You're like, fuck, I should have did that different, and then finally you fucking figure it out how to skate it, and you're like, it's time to redo some shit. Just spice it up. You know, like if you got a sick team, like they got a lot of dudes here who are motivated to do this shit, you can do it super quick. It's just like a little bit of hard work, but you got such a sick payout. You got like a sick spot, you can fucking hang on it all the time. This spot's gonna go. This ain't gonna last forever. They're gonna come fucking with the bulldozers one day. But it's like, fuck, get it while you can, you know? You can't trip and say like, fuck, maybe I should just give up, because it's just gonna get torn out anyway. Just fucking get it while you can. You might not even be here tomorrow.
So that was DIYs. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Turn this shit off. Go skateboarding. Go skate. Turn this off. Bye. Thanks.